Everyone. This is a topic that comes up a lot with clients and people in my world. So why not do a topic on imposter syndrome? I feel like I hear a lot of this and it's very crippling because when you're trying to stretch yourself and get to a new level in your life, there's this natural thing that comes up where this negative voice comes in and it's like, well, who do you think you are? And you're a fraud. This isn't really, who you are portraying yourself to be. And there's all of these unconscious fears that are kind of bubbling up to the surface. So today we're going to really talk about, why it's actually a good thing that you have imposter syndrome, some mistakes to avoid, and some concrete action steps that you can take to implement into your life immediately. So if I sound a little bit weird, just keep in mind that I just had wisdom tooth surgery. And like I said, it took 5 days to heal. I'm finally able to talk normally where the wound isn't brushing up against my molar. I don't know, that sounds horrible, but it was extremely painful. So I'm just so grateful to be able to talk normally again. So I am so excited to be here with you and be able to deliver this message. I didn't realize how much, my talking would be impeded by having that surgery. But aside from that, I am really glad that you're here today. Really important topic about imposter syndrome. So if you just hopped on, welcome. Today we're going to be really discussing some key shifts in your perspective about imposter syndrome. So when I think of that, syndrome, I think of, it holds a lot of people back. People think that they're a fraud, that this isn't who I'm portraying myself to be. I'm really not this amazing person. And really that's your subconscious mind, your saboteur kicking in and really preventing you from moving forward. So we're going to go through some simple action steps that you can take today to master your inner and outer game to get to where you want to be. So it doesn't matter if you want to be more confident or you want to have more financial abundance, whatever it is that you want for your life, this is going to be a relevant goal for you. So it's actually a really good thing when you have imposter syndrome. And you might be thinking, like, how is that possible? It makes me feel like yucky whenever I am putting myself out there and I'm feeling a little bit wonky because I haven't fully integrated and embodied that person that I want to be. It's actually a good thing because when that's showing up, when this syndrome is showing up for you, it's showing you that you're moving in the right direction. So if you're uncomfortable, if you're feeling that discomfort and like, I'm not there yet, but I feel like a fraud in the meantime because I'm not at that vision that I want to be at. That's actually a really good sign because it shows that you're stretching yourself, you're growing, you're on that upward trajectory of getting to that vision that you hold in your mind. So it shows that you're really up-leveling your life when you have this feeling of imposter syndrome. And you are an imposter because you haven't fully integrated into who that person is yet. But today we're going to be talking about some really cool ways for you to start to trigger your subconscious mind into believing you're already there. So that's a really interesting thing that it might shed some light for you and get you to that vision a lot quicker. So like I said, it's actually a good thing if you're experiencing this because it's showing growth. It's showing that you're on the edge of your comfort zone. You're getting to that goal, whatever that vision is for you, whether it's you want to be rocking it in your business or you want to be more confident, you want to feel better in your body, whatever that is. The reason why this comes up, and again, if you're jumping on, welcome, it's because you haven't fully embodied that person yet. So just to kind of go back and reiterate this whole process of creation and how it ties into this imposter syndrome. So whenever you want to create something new in your life, it's going to require 3 things. So I teach this to all of my clients. This is the Lighten Up Method. So you have your manifestation or that seed that you want to plant out into the quantum field, into the world. So say that let's give an example, say that you want to be more financially abundant. You plant that seed through a manifestation practice. So whether it's in a deep trance state and you're visualizing how you want to feel, what you want to look like, what's that lifestyle that you want to be living, who are you being, that's the first step. So you're creating this seed, you're planting it out into the universe, into the quantum field. This is all energetics. This is a huge part of it. So that's about 90% of it. Doing that first action step of actually visualizing, feeling the emotion of what it is that you want to create. The next step is taking action. So after you've done that and you've consistently visualized, felt, you know, how do you want to feel as that person, you need to be taking concrete action steps. So what does that look like? Is it you reaching out to somebody to get help? Is it you know, making a phone call to somebody that you know you've been putting off? So taking those guided action steps is the second big piece of it. So I would say that's, you know, the energetics of it is a huge part. Action is definitely a substantial part as well. And then the third part really seals the deal. So you have the manifestation practice, you have the action, and then finally, it's really being able to let go and trust. So this is where people get caught up and they don't understand why it's not coming to them, because you're like, well, where is it? Where is it? You know, trying to control the outcome. This is a huge part of the equation of this whole creation process. And how that ties into the imposter syndrome is because if you're not putting out to the world that you are already acting as if that you are this vision, then how do you expect for the universe to come and match you to the physical manifestation of it? So you have to be embodying that person who would create that vision. And I hope that makes sense. So even if you're hearing that negative voice of the imposter syndrome, you're hearing like, who do you think you are? And like, you know, you could never do that. And, you know, you'll never get to that, you know, monthly income goal or whatever that is. You have to be taking action despite that voice. And that's a big mistake that people do, is they wish and they hope and they maybe do that manifestation work, but they're not actually taking the embodied action to match that frequency of that person that they want to be. So instead of saying to yourself, well, it's not true, and so why would I pretend that I'm that person when I'm not, you actually get to play a role. So I would change your perspective and say, well, like, I'm going to make this fun. And who can I pretend to be? Shifting your identity so that you're embodying that person who would be confident or reach that vision or grow your business. And when you start to act from that embodied place, that's when you start to really draw these things into you. Because when you show up energetically as that person, that's when your manifestation, your creation, those seeds that you've planted can bear fruit, right? So that's a huge mistake that people make, is they mess up with one of those key components, with either not visualizing, not having clarity on what it is that they want, or they don't take the embodied action, or they're too focused and controlling on the actual outcome that they're not letting go and trusting. So one of those key components could be what's sabotaging you from actually getting what you want. So just keeping that in mind. So what I want you to do, consider trying this for the next week, and I guarantee it's going to really shift how you show up. Try on and think of yourself as an actor or an actress. How would you be if you already had that manifestation? Whatever that is, if you want a more confident sense of self, how would that person hold themselves? Would they walk into a crowd like this, or would they, you know, walk confidently and with their shoulders back? How would that person think? How would that person behave? And show up as that person. Take the action steps that match that vision. So if you want to be more confident, how can you walk differently? Maybe you wear your hair a different way, or you know, have a sexy outfit on, or you try a different lipstick, whatever that is to you. Actually take those actions, because that's going to help you embody that person that you want to be. And even if the imposter syndrome kicks in, of course, you know, whenever you're up leveling your life, this is naturally going to creep in. But keep taking action despite that. Have and hold that place in yourself that you're like, you know what, I'm committing to this for a week. It's like a hat, you know, like you try on hats at a store. Try it on, see how it works. If you like it, then keep it. We can shift our identity. And when you start to really embody and anchor in this new vibration, this new energy, you're going to show up energetically different. You're going to be attracting the thing that you want. So if you want to, for example, attract a new mate or attract someone who's loving, well, you have to match that vibration. You have to be loving to yourself. So maybe you start taking yourself out on lunch dates, or you start treating yourself really well. You take yourself to, the massage parlor, you get a massage. Whatever that looks like to you, how can you begin to match that energy of the person who would be in a healthy relationship? What would that look like? And how would you be showing up? Another example would be, if you want to manifest more money or create more money in your life, who would that person be if you were already abundant? How would you be in your body? Would you experience more freedom and joy? Would you be, attracting more clients? Would you, just go get that healthy smoothie that you want? Whatever that looks like for you, start to take those actions, because when you start to show up that way, then that vision comes closer, and you take those action steps and you get even closer to that energy of the person who embodies, who is that vision, if that makes sense. So you're pretty much taking yourself, changing your identity, and not that anything's wrong with you, but you're embodying somebody new that matches that future vision. And so it's actually a really good thing if you're experiencing imposter syndrome, because it's showing you're shifting out of your old patterning, your old behaviors. And that's a really good thing, because you don't want to keep taking action from that place of lack, from that place of I'm not confident. So when you're starting to feel this discomfort, this opening, that's when you know that you're on the way to matching that vision, to getting to that place that you want to be. So for the next week, I challenge you with this, and I want to hear your comments in the video, in the group. Share with everybody. We're all there as a community to support each other. Share what it is that you want. So say it's more confidence or more money. Don't be afraid. Declare it out and really speak it out. Put it into the group and write the action steps that you're going to be taking to show up as that person. You're going to be acting as if that manifestation, that vision is already there. And this requires a little bit of being bold. It requires you, number one, to have the courage to voice it out in a group, and two, to actually have that level of commitment to getting what it is that you want. So I really challenge you with that this week. I would love to hear what it is that you are looking to create in your life. Feel free to write it in the comments of the video. And let me know what you thought, if this new perspective on imposter syndrome made sense, if it helped you shift and kind of click something internally. I would love to just hear all about that. Just in closing, I want to let you know too, if you live in the Pittsburgh area, I am having a retreat. It's called the Elevate Retreat. It's going to be Sunday, November 3rd from 10 to 3. And I'm telling you, you are going to want to be there. Experiencing any type of block in abundance, in your self-worth, in confidence, you're going to want to be there, because I'm going to be delivering these high-level trainings at the event where you can actually begin to see instant manifestation, instant transformation to get to that place where you're feeling confident, you're rocking it in your business, whatever that is. So really excited to have you there. If you're interested, I'm going to be posting some more info about it in the link below, and I hope to see you guys there. So I'll talk to you soon.